Hello Canterbury and welcome to Canterbury Live on Wednesday the 21st of January. Well, a little sad though. Yesterday we heard of a passing of, wow, an incredible mega soap star. I mean, really to Coronation Street, part of the family. So sadly, yes, Anne Kirkbride died yesterday and she was aged 60 years of age. Of course, she played Deirdre Barlow. And that definitely, 43 years she played that character, which is just phenomenal. We're talking about of Davey on camera here. She would have been 17 when she started. That's phenomenal. And appeared in 1,439 episodes of the show. I guess we all probably know her as those big, large spectacles and that husky voice. She was a chain smoker and did have cancer, so sadly. A testament to BBC, they actually put filming on hold yesterday. They thought they could keep going, but it was just too much. Well, on to bigger and brighter things. Coming up on today's show, Anne Stone is in, first spot of the year. So we'll see what she's been up to, which is great. And Phyllis Brown talking to us about New Year resolutions and what they mean to her. And we're out at Rangiora Vets for a skin consultation. Maybe Botox? Probably not. But first up, our shrinking violet is here, Elora. And we're catching up and talking about that wonderful, wonderful word, the P word. Paleo.
Paleo.
I know. How are you?
So good. How are
Great.
you?
Yeah, good. And you've just come back from another P word, Perth.
Perth, yes indeed.
2 hours ago and she's in here. Good on you, girl.
Commitment.
Hey, a new year, and I know you have a fantastic website, theshrinkingviolet.co.nz.
Yes.
Are people asking that question, new start, new beginnings?
Yes, very much so. It happens at the start of every year. I got it at the start of last year as well. People, you know, with their New Year's resolutions are ready to get healthy and lose the excess weight that they've been carrying. My aim is for it to be the last year that they make the resolution to lose weight.
Isn't it funny? You did right. That's actually quite a good statement, isn't it, the last time, because it just keeps being brought up and brought up. So how did you get started actually on the paleo lifestyle?
Well, I had initially been doing CrossFit, and through that I heard that word being tossed around a lot. I was working with a nutritionist at the time who sort of gave me her meal plan. Little did I know it was focused to the paleo lifestyle, and then it sort of went from there. And I tried it out, I thought I had nothing to lose, and then I sort of was researching paleo foods and had one meal here, one meal there, and sort of before I knew it, 6 months flew by and I was paleo, and yeah, now I'm about just under 2 years into it.
Okay, so let's break it down and really simplify it. Paleo, what does that mean to our diet?
So it's basically you're getting rid of all the processed foods. So you're taking away the grains, you're taking away the sugar, and often you're taking away the dairy as well. So it's gluten-free, sugar-free, you have no rice, pasta, bread, wheat, corn, legumes, things like that. And by getting rid of that, basically it goes back to how our bodies were designed to function. So it's thought that we've scarcely adapted since we were cavemen, which is why it's often called the caveman diet.
Right, okay.
Because, yeah, our bodies can't handle those grains. So by removing them, your body's functioning properly again, and that's why the weight loss happens as well.
And I mean, you're great with your recipes on your website, and they're fantastic. Here's a couple of options here. This is a breakfast option.
Yes. So basically paleo is like a low carb, high fat. It's not low carb by definition, but by the time you take away the processed foods and the sugar, the refined sugar, it becomes that way. So this here has your protein and your fat that you need. So it's just smashed avocado on the bottom, topped with bacon and a couple of poached eggs, with some cherry tomatoes around it. Just a really simple breakfast.
People tasty.
People think it takes a while, but it's not bad.
And yummo, this is a lunch option?
Yes, this is a lunch option. So this is a Mexican chicken salad that I made. It's just lettuce, again cherry tomatoes, some capsicum, bit of avocado, Cajun spiced chicken with a little bit of sour cream. Like I said, dairy is often taken out, but if you can tolerate dairy, then it's perfectly fine to have. I'm a bit funny with dairy, but I can't resist the sour cream when I'm having Mexican
especially
food.
with Mexican as well.
Yeah.
And these are before and after, you know, current I should say at the moment.
Yeah, so that was about 50 kilos between the two. It looks a lot different at first. I was kind of like, it's not that different, but
it's fantastic.
by the time you look at the wrists and
Great. Well, I think the best advice we can give our viewers is actually to go to your website, theshrinkingviolet.co.nz. You've got some great recipes and advice, but I look forward to next time we'll delve more into it about how this could be our year with a great diet. Thanks, Alora.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay, now we're out and about with the Buskers Festival.
We're back at the Buskers again, and today we're going to be talking to Arizona Jones.
All right, here we go. First trick.
So, how did Arizona Jones come into being?
Honestly, maybe about 10 years ago, I was watching a late-night TV movie marathon, and I thought, that's just perfect. He's an intellectual American. I'm an intellectual American. He's got a whip and a gun. I use a whip and a gun in my show. This is a made match. It was made match. It's kismet, it's fate. And I gave it a go. And like anything, I've done a lot of different shows over the years, and you just don't know until you try in front of a live audience. And they took to it pretty well, right? And I've done maybe 3 different permutations of Arizona Jones over the years, and it seems to be a real popular show, a real popular character with the audiences, so I just give them what they want. They seem to like this one.
Legend.
Oh, I couldn't possibly comment. My favorite bit.
Okay, so what part of your act is your favorite?
For me, I like to play with the audience. I've been doing it a long time. And, I've done a lot of scripts. You get a bit tired of doing the same lines. So I originally come from improv training, and I like to have a go. I like to play with the audience and give them opportunities to go places. And sometimes they do, and it goes really crazy. And sometimes they don't, but it's still good. Then we can just do the script,
Yeah.
And for me, is to play and see what happens, and no matter what happens, it's a win-win. I just have fallback positions. Right? Give me thought. Yeah, you bet.
This is an important one.
Sure.
Have you ever met Harrison Ford?
No, actually. Never, ever, ever, ever. I don't know who that is, because Indiana Jones, he's a dear, close relative of mine.
Oh, absolutely, as we spoke about before.
Yeah.
Okay, so a final question.
Yeah, sure.
What is your top treasure hunting tip for any of the potential Christchurch Joneses out there?
I think the key thing is to use your phone apps to go treasure hunting, because really nothing makes you more aware of your surroundings than walking around looking at a phone while walking in traffic.
Yeah, totally safe.
I've seen this big craze the last year around the scavenger hunts and the treasure hunting. That seems to be the thing now. Yeah, it's all on the mobile app.
On the app. Thank you so much. The Buskers will be on for the rest of the week, so you should definitely go on down.
No!
Well. He's not Harrison Ford, but he'll do, won't he? Make sure you head down to Buskers Festival after the break, from one glamour puss to another. Yes, Anne Stone.
Kids Television is right here on CTV. With an exciting range of kids programming, join in on all the fun, Saturday 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. right here on CTV.
I'm selling my home with Gavin Top of Harvey's because I know he'll get me the best possible price. Gavin even guarantees it. His buyer's price declaration guarantee gives me confidence knowing I'll get the best possible price for my house. I know I can trust him because he listens to what I want to achieve and goes the extra mile to get great results. If you want to get Gavin's highest possible price guarantee like I am, give him a call or take a look at his website and he'll get you sold.
Our new companion package is a personalised service for those that need extra help and support. A cost-effective solution for someone who needs more than just a taxi driver. Our drivers are handpicked from our experienced team and specialise in providing the right support and companionship. Home safe every time with Blue Star Taxis.
Welcome to Caltex Redwood. We're a family-owned business proudly supporting our local community. We're open 24/7 for fuel and shop goods, and we have an amazing team of people ready to help you. Save at least 6 cents per litre using AA Smart Fuel cards. We also offer great value on our LPG bottle fills. We have a full workshop and Bridgestone Tyre Centre. Our mechanics and tyre technicians will get your car sorted. Caltex Redwood. We're just down from St Bede's on Main North Road. Caltex Redwood. What drives you?
Coming up next week on Lynch, Labour's housing spokesperson Phil Twyford will join me. That's Lynched CTV 8:30 on Monday.
Okay, we look into our wardrobe, and if you're like me, I've just moved house, and I'm like, seriously, I didn't know that was in there. I haven't worn it for 10 years. Why have I got it? Get rid. But we may need someone like Ange Stone to come in and actually have a look at our wardrobe. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
And you're actually doing that today, aren't you, Ange?
Yes.
So talk us through how you get out there and help us.
Yeah, well, what happens is usually I have a client that rings me and says, Angela, I really need your help. So it's a bit of a process. I kind of take her through and ask, how does she feel about a wardrobe? How does she feel about her clothes? She says to me, nothing's actually quite working. Now, this is a perfect time of the year to really think about, who am I? What's the message that I'm actually sending out? Do I like what I'm wearing? Do my clothes still fit me? Are they up to date? It's amazing how many people hold on to things that they've been holding on to for too long, thinking they're going to come back around. I don't think they ever really come back the same way. There's always a bit of a twink to it, okay? So what I do is I go in to someone's house. First thing we do is I actually do her colours. And so we find out what seasonal palette she belongs to. Then I do a body shape, and then I go to her wardrobe, and I go through each piece at a time. And sometimes I actually have to ask the client to put things on, because I can clearly see that they just don't fit her. Clothes are either usually too big for clients or they're too small.
Right.
And some things are just not in good condition either. Like, once upon a time, a loaf of bread used to last a week.
Yeah.
Same with clothing. It used to last and last and last. Nothing lasts anymore. Clothes are a lot more disposable.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Once they get exposed to the sun and the washing machine and the fabric softeners and all those kind of things, they just don't last. And so people need to really have a good look at what they've been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And how about shopping though? Because that can be quite daunting and not an enjoyable thing for people to do.
Yes, absolutely. Well, once we've assessed the wardrobe, we have a pretty good idea of what's actually needed to go back in there. So the key is you don't need a lot of clothes in your wardrobe. You just need clothes that are functional, that fit you well, that go with each other. So you have a wardrobe that actually works in with all the other pieces, not just one piece that goes with one skirt or one pair of pants that you can only wear one top with.
Right.
Like really, you want your wardrobe to be a lot more functional than that. And then I actually make a shopping list and we take people on a personal shopping experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
But of course, everyone's budget's not the same though, Ange.
That's exactly right.
Especially today you've got a lady who has 4 children, so her budget is probably to the hilt.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of other people to think about apart from herself.
That's exactly right. So, I fit in with people's budgets, I fit in with their lifestyle, and I fit in with, what does she actually need? We never go over budget. That's really important. Some people would say, I've got $300 or $400 and I need a whole new wardrobe. So then I have to really assess where I'm going to take her shopping. Now, at this time of the year, as we all know, there's a lot of sales on.
Yeah, isn't it?
There is. But one of my core sayings here is that those clothes are on sale for a reason. 9 times out of 10, someone else didn't want them.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Now, some stores actually do bring certain pieces in for sale time, okay? Now, I try and suggest to my clients, if you're going to go sale shopping, then go armed with a list.
Right.
Be very clear. I'm looking for this type of skirt, this kind of top, so that it mixes and matches with the rest of the wardrobe.
That's a good tip. It's a good tip. So we all should be looking at our wardrobe and getting that some refresh from the year. Thanks, Ange. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time.
Indeed.
And good luck today.
Thank you.
With the computer problems. Computers are of the same age, so it's like we need our children to fix them for us. Now we head out on location to Rangiora Vets.
Today at the Rangiora Vet Centre, Sophie, with a little help from Walter the Jack Russell, explains the complicated issue of skin disease.
Today I'm going to try and simplify the massive topic of skin disease for you. This mainly applies to dogs. Cats obviously get skin problems too. However, I am going to probably focus today slightly more on dogs. And I am going to simplify it because it's very, very complicated. It's one of those type of diseases that we see where an animal becomes itchy and owners get very frustrated because we can't stop it immediately. And the reason is it's a very complicated underlying cause usually involved with lots of other complicating factors such as fleas and infection. So, in a nutshell, there's 4 different kinds of skin allergies that your dog may suffer from. One of those is food. So if it's allergic to a food, it might not be allergic. It's not allergic to a particular brand or a particular meat necessarily. It's possibly allergic to a tiny little protein that may appear in lots of different foods. Flea allergy is another really common one, and we can really easily try and treat that one by regularly flea treating your pet with an appropriate treatment according to your vet's recommendations. The third one we can get is atopy, which is a very big subject again, and it involves a lot of immune reaction, and quite often there's a bit of genetics involved in that one too. That's a really hard one to try and treat, and also to diagnose. The fourth one is really kind of a contact allergy, and we probably see a lot less of that, but say your dog comes into contact with a particular pollen or something, or running through grass, or allergic to carpet shampoos, that kind of thing. So they're the 4 main categories. Most of them are a mix of a couple, and a lot of them are controllable on a special food, but we need to treat the other problems that arise. So if you see redness of the skin under the neck, on the sternum, the armpits and the groin, the belly, between the toes, and also on the ears, and occasionally they can get it around their eyes and their mouths. That can be caused by lots and lots of issues, and we call that, basically that's a skin problem. Usually there's some form of infection present. The reason it's so complicated is, as you can see, the skin is a really, really complicated organ. It comprises of a big layer with so many different structures within it. This is a normal skin, and when you've got skin inflammation going on and nasty fleas biting your dog, you can get pus and welts and wheals and a lot of inflammation, and that's when we need to look at treating your dog. We're going to have a look at a dog today who has had skin problems in the past. Hopefully today is just a checkup to make sure that his skin's doing well. And we're going to use most of these items that are on the table here to help with our diagnostic tests, just to make sure that everything's going to plan. This is Walter. He's a 3-year-old wire-haired Jack Russell Terrier. He has suffered with skin disease in the past, and his main complaints from his owners is that he's been very itchy, and he smells a bit. Sometimes they smell a bit doggy, and he's had a rash under his tummy. So I'm just here really going to check him over today to make sure that everything's all right. So first of all, we'll check his little ears, and they're actually looking pretty good at the moment. A little bit pink, but not too bad. Now, his main areas of issues, good boy Walties, were under his armpits and under his tummy. And today he's actually looking really, really good. So last time I saw him, there were big red blotches coming down the inside of his legs. And when we took some samples from those and had a look under the microscope, there was lots of bacteria there. So he actually had a course of antibiotics to help treat that. We haven't gone too much into the cause of underlying issues with him. We're suspecting he does have a bit of an allergy to something. However, at this stage, he's doing really well, and I don't think we need to look into it too much further. His owners regularly flea treat him, and he's a good old farm dog, so he's very active on the farm, getting into all sorts of kinds of mischief. So I'm just going to take a sellotape sample from him, from his tummy, and we'll have a look under the microscope to make sure that there's no bugs there. So I've just finished looking at Walter's slide under the microscope, and his skin's clear, which is great news. There's no bacteria there whatsoever, which means our previous course of antibiotics has done the trick. His owners have been very vigilant watching him while he's on those antibiotics. And for skin, we do a minimum of 3 to 6 weeks worth of antibiotics, which sounds like a long time, but it's important if your vet recommends that you stick with it, because it takes a while for the antibiotics to travel through the layers of the skin and to stay at the right concentration for long enough to get rid of all of those bacteria effectively. If the course of antibiotics is too short, the infection will just come straight back again. So Walter's good today. Let's hope he stays that way, and I'm sure with flea treatment and regular checkups that he will continue to do well.
Next week, Sophie gives viewers a demonstration on how to check your pet for unusual lumps and bumps.
Nothing worse than unusual lumps and bumps, is there? After the break, news resolutions continue with Phyllis Brown.
Tout est question de choix.
The mission statement of Red and Black Sport is always to bring a voice to achievers in sport, be it Canterbury, New Zealand or internationally. We'll continue to do that here on CTV with Red and Black Sport. Don't miss it every week.
Love music? Love summer? Then Ingham Lazy Sundays in the beautiful Botanic Gardens archery lawn is just the thing to get you enjoying the outdoors this summer. Every Sunday through January and February, and it's all free. So take time to recharge with family and friends, relaxing and listening to some great music from top musicians. View the lineup at summertimes.co.nz today. Ingham Lazy Sundays, putting summer into your Sundays.
Avoid the monkeys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options are also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring moving company. Oi!
We all know the best thing you can do for your body is eat fresh foods in their natural state. The same applies to your skincare. Southern Skin provides a skincare range with fresh, locally sourced ingredients, plus natural preservatives and emulsifiers to produce the best nourishment for your skin to unleash your healthiest complexion. New Zealand olive and aloe skincare for young or old, men, women and children. There is a product in the Southern Skin range for you. southernskin.co.nz.
Southern Newsweek is an Otago-based news bulletin. Watch this every week to stay in touch with what's happening in and around your community. Stay in the know with Southern Newsweek, 11 a.m. Saturdays, right here on CTV.
And here we have our own CTV angel, Phyllis Brown. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
You're looking very vibrant. You're fitting in just perfectly with the new set.
Summery, yes.
I know, isn't it great? It's a bit of warmth, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, so we've had a real theme about New Year resolutions, which has been great. So we're looking after our wardrobe, our diet, but our well-being inside.
Yeah. I think at this time of year, everybody wants to start the new year with a sense of optimism, and they're going to change things because they've reflected on what didn't work out for last year, and we all start with our lists and we get ourselves organised. And our New Year's resolution, it really is a good time just to take stock on what did work and what didn't work, and where you want to be. You know, it's about creating the goals, but then having the journey from here to there, and being part of that journey, owning the journey. So New Year's resolutions gets us forward focusing, makes us start to move into the new year.
Do we need something visual to remind us?
I think for myself personally, I always write them down. I always write down my goals, and some of them are big goals and some of them are teeny tiny goals. So I tend to write them down, I put them in my notebook, and then I'll forget about them and I'll start living my life and going through, and then I'll double check my list. You know, you've got your vision boards as well. So, you know, if you want that holiday, and you're maybe not good at saving, you maybe buy that cake instead of putting $4 into your holiday savings. You know, maybe a vision board of the hotel or the beach or the plane or the cost of the ticket or your suitcase.
So a vision board, picture painting here, so like a cork board.
A cork board, a notice board.
Something for the warehouse, maybe just a plain board. And you...
Just put your pictures on there. So if it's a new car, if it's a new wardrobe, if it is a new man, put him up there, so that you know you see that destination. Some people are really visual, so when they keep seeing the destination, they know that they're on the journey towards their holiday. They can actually see their holiday savings sort of creeping up, or they can see their car account creeping up, or you know, they're getting themselves prepared for the new man. So you know, it's good to have that goal, but they have to be measurable. I think that's the only thing about New Year's resolutions. When people set New Year's resolutions, they maybe set goals that are too big or too unachievable.
Right.
So that's why I have maybe a big goal, but then I've got little bite-sized chunks that will get me towards that. So again, if you are changing your food, let's say, then you can't cut out everything, because it would just be too stark. But maybe through the month of January you're cutting out your bread, and then you're cutting out your rice, and then you're cutting out your chocolate. So by the time you get to April, you know, you're not missing that, or you're not in shock, but you are on the way to the bigger goal, which is by April time I want to be on this really healthy food, not a diet, but healthy food program. So again, little bite-sized chunks gets you to the big goal, so you don't get discouraged. And I think that's what happens. By the time we get to March, April time, I think, oh, well, what's the point? I haven't been able to do it, or that didn't work out, or I haven't been able to save up, you know, $1,000 or whatever towards my holiday. So make it measurable, achievable, so that you feel good. And that's what your New Year's resolutions are all about. I feel good. I've actually managed to achieve something. What we don't want is a list that is going to make us feel like a failure or unsuccessful.
Right, I understand.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, so that you're happy, that you are at the end of the day happy.
Happy, yes, happy with it. And you know, you can, you know, some people want to be a rock star, but you've got to be able to, you know, sing and play an instrument or memorise words from the music.
Yeah.
So even that might be your ultimate goal, but your resolution is, right, this year I'm going to concentrate on my voice and train my voice.
Okay, just quickly, sweetheart, the angel card for today.
Angel card for today is passion. Trust and follow your passion, both in your love life and your career, because that's what we've got for 2015. Get it out there.
Great, get it out there, love it. Ending on a passionate note. Thanks, Phyllis. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Great. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. We have the Canterbury Car Club coming in, talking about the Scope Classics. See you later.